If you bought an expensive vehicle and it immediately died, you'd expect a fix.
That is true. A West Valley City man was left with a brand new golf cart that would not drive. And when he couldn't get the seller to fix it, he decided it was time to get Gephardt, and Matt began investigating.
Mike Dini, digging into this one, we specifically looked into the laws and rules that you might assume would cover you if a motor vehicle purchase goes awry. What we learned is that Utah's lemon law, it might not leave you as protected as you think. There are the motorized vehicles that we buy for need, and then there are the motorized vehicles that we buy for play. The thing is, the play ones, ATVs, side-by-sides, golf carts, they can be as expensive as a quality car anymore. And if you think Utah's law protects you if you end up with a lemon, well, then this story might have you thinking you just bit into one, leaving a sour taste in your mouth.
Right.
Brian Jorgensen was left with just such a taste in his mouth after his newly purchased golf cart went kaput.
It has literally less than 90 miles on it.
Brian bought this gas-powered machine from a Texas supplier. When it died, he took it to a local shop, which told him it was the engine, and the engine was in such horrible shape that it could not be repaired.
They said that when they were building the cart, they must have done something wrong with the engine.
Brian says the supplier from whom he bought the machine asked for the engine to be sent to them in Texas so they could inspect it. So the local shop boxed it up and sent it off. That was last July, and it has been nothing but back and forth since.
But I've spent $7,500 on this thing and it doesn't work or operate, you know.
Now, Brian says he cannot get any clear answers on when he may actually get to drive around his pricey toy.
I said, you can come and pick it up, refund my money. They didn't want to do that. I said, give me an engine then so I can get it up and running. They haven't done that.
Frustrated, Brian asked me to investigate.
They're incredibly expensive purchases.
I took it to Katie Haas, the director of Utah's Division of Consumer Protection, which oversees Utah's lemon law.
So the lemon law is designed to protect consumers who've bought a brand new car that continues to have issues.
Could the lemon law help Brian? In a word, no.
This law covers vehicles that are approved for highway use. It would not cover things like an ATV for off-roading that is not also available for highway use.
How about a golf cart?
A golf cart would not be covered.
In reality, even when dealing with highway-worthy cars, trucks, and SUVs, Utah's lemon law is very narrow. It must have been purchased in Utah, weigh less than 12,000 pounds, have undergone repairs for the same defect at least 4 times, and it only applies to brand new vehicles. But this does not mean Brian has no recourse.
Even if it doesn't fall into the lemon law, people are welcome to come and complain to us about something that they feel like was inherently deceptive.
Deceptive, which by law could include things like not honoring a warranty. But before it comes to that, the KSL investigators reached out to that golf cart supplier on Brian's behalf. A manager told us that they believe the engine was further damaged in shipping, and they've been trying to get a replacement, but there have been some supply chain issues. But just like that, they told us they were going to yank an engine out of one of their other golf carts and send it to Brian, and listen to that, it sounds like it's working. All right, let's go. Yes, after a year of mostly sitting parked, Brian and his kids are finally back on the road.
Once you got involved, Matt, they finally just said, hey, we don't want the bad publicity. We want to get this done right, and they worked with us ever since then.
Utah's lemon law has been in place since 1975. I asked the Consumer Protection Director if there's been any conversations about amending it to cover other motorized vehicles like golf carts. She said none that she is aware of. If you got a problem you can't solve, give me a shot at it. The number 385-707-6153, or you can email me, matt@ksl.com.
Suddenly feel like a glass of lemonade.
I know, Matt's he's turning lemons into lemonade.
Absolutely.
All right.